Hello, my friends. Thank you for stopping by to see me. Hello, my friends. This is Maggie. I'm so glad you stopped by to see me this evening. And it is evening for me. I'm filming this video a little later than I like to do, but we had a storm come through here this evening that knocked out our power, so we were completely out of power for about 2 hours or more. Yeah, probably about longer than that, probably about 3 hours. So that was inconvenient, but it did come on, thank goodness, a little bit sooner than we expected. So I'm very happy for that. I mean, we didn't get a drop of rain, just thunder and lightning. You know, that's Houston for you. So, of course, I wanted to record this video much earlier, but I wasn't able to. So we are just going to go for it. Before we get started, I'm here this evening, or you'll be seeing it in the morning. I'm here right now to do the weekly challenge by Mich Crafty, Collage with Mich, and the hashtag is CMICH 2025. And like I said, it is a weekly challenge. So before I get started, I have a couple of shout outs. Janet Baker 3616, Susan, and Selena Stevens 5268. As always, thank you ladies for your beautiful, beautiful comments. I cannot even begin to express to you how much they mean to me. I mean, just saying they mean a lot to me just doesn't do it. But they do, from the bottom of my heart. They really do. One of the comments I got today actually brought tears to my eyes, and they were good tears. They were happy tears. So yeah, they mean a lot. All right, so this is the printout from Mich, and this is like I said, a monthly collage, a monthly collaboration, open collaboration. And I was late coming to the party. I'm actually late for all of these that I'm participating in, but I guess better late than never. Is better late than never. So this will be my second week, and it's week 18, and the word is fly, and the prompt is tag. Now, I struggled with this a little bit because I just couldn't figure out the best way to do this prompt, and I don't think that I did actually figure it out, but I came up with something. First off, when I think of fly, I think of getting on an airplane and going on a trip. And then I thought of tag, and of course, you know, our luggage has luggage tags on them, but I just couldn't seem to bring that together. For one thing, I couldn't find an image that I liked of a plane. You know, they all look like World War II bombers. So I said, all right, well, fly. What else can I think about fly? I certainly don't want to do a fly on the wall. I do not like flies at all. So I thought, I know I've always wanted to take a hot air balloon ride. And I have never had the opportunity to do that, but it is on my bucket list to do. So I thought, hot air balloon. Right, okay. So that's what I decided to do. And then I thought, but tag, you know, hot air balloons do not have tags that I'm aware of. So I talked to my daughter and I said, Alina, can you tell me some other words for tags, nouns or verbs? And she started spitting out a bunch of words. And so from what she said to me, and I just kind of took inspiration from that, I decided that I'm going to use tag to tag the clouds. So I've used this paper before in my July Junk Journal challenge, and I think it's beautiful, but I'm using it, of course, in a different way for this. Now I have this. I'm not real crazy about this, but it was the size that I could slip this. You probably can't see very well, but I've got this little couple here, and they are very much in love, and they are on their honeymoon, and they're up here in this hot air balloon. Now they're a little tall for this basket, but we're make-believing, right? That's okay. So I'm going to glue them in right here. Hopefully this video won't take too long. So I'm going to glue them in. So they're in their hot air balloon. And when I was looking for images, these images kind of came along with this, and I thought, oh my gosh, these are so fantastical. You know, here this one's pretty much steampunk, and here you have this beautiful hot air balloon attached to this sailing ship. And I kept thinking, I kind of like the fantastical. It's just it's fun. So I thought, wow, what would that be like? I love boats, and my goodness, how fun would that be to be on this boat and it lifts you in. Of course, we know that's impossible, but you know, we can dream. I kind of want to cover up this bird for this because, well, maybe we don't need to. So anyway, I picked out two. There were several, but I picked out two. This one's very steampunky. There's some people down here in the basket. And this one is just fantastical. I mean, I don't even know for sure if that's a word, but yeah, I like it. So then what I decided for tags is I'm going to tag the clouds with some words from their conversations. And so I found these that I have. I very rarely use these, but I do from time to time, and I pull them out. But unfortunately, I'm going to cut these up because I just want to take the words and some of the words and put them on the pages. So one word is dream. This young couple is dreaming, talking about the dreams that they have for the rest of their life. And what better place to talk about those things than in a hot air balloon? So here's dream. And let's see, what else do we have? Adventure. They want to have adventures. That's not a pipe dream. My husband and I had lots of adventures. They might not be what other people would think about doing for an adventure, but I consider them adventures. We had a lot of fun. So here's adventure. True love. This is all part of their conversation that they're having up here in this hot air balloon while they're floating along in the sky. I love you. That's one I can just actually, but I don't know quite where I'm going to put it yet. So yeah, I kind of stretched this a little bit with the tag business. I just couldn't quite get that to make a lot of sense, but happiness. I'm gonna ruin these, so when I do want them, I'm not gonna have a saying to put down. And I think I purchased these from Temu, so they were very, very cheap. Or I shouldn't say cheap, reasonably priced. And like I said, I just don't use them very, very rarely, so I have lots of them. Or I probably have most of what I started with. Oh dear, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I hope we don't have any more issues. Everybody get going with this. Okay, so celebrate. They're going to celebrate the good things that happen to them. Oh, let's see. So they've been up in this balloon for quite a while, and they've had the opportunity to have this lovely time by themselves and talk about all these things, which is really nice. Tell you, when my husband and I bought our first boat, and we started, you know how Michigan is like a mitten. Well, we bought the boat over here on the west side of Michigan, and we had to bring it all the way around, all the way under Mackinac Bridge and down into Saginaw Bay, which is down here. So we had several days absolutely by ourselves on this boat. You know, we didn't have cell phones or anything. And it was very nice to have that time alone without any distractions at all, in the peaceful surroundings of the lake and the elements. It was just one of the best things my husband and I ever did for ourselves as a couple. It was funny though, but because before we left. My husband doesn't know how to swim. I wouldn't say I'm a strong swimmer, but he didn't know how to swim at all. And so he bought the very best life jackets that he could find to wear on this boat, and he wore his almost constantly. And I wore mine too, because it was still the time of the year where the marinas along the coast were not open yet, really, and we didn't think about that because we had never had a boat before. We just jumped in with both feet and took the bull by the horns, as it were, and started out with this boat. And we had these, what are they called? I know what they are, because I'm tired, the word just slipped. But all your charts, you know, and we didn't know we didn't know how to use them. We didn't know what we learned on our way. We did figure some of it out with some help of the Coast Guard. But that was one of the best things like I said, that my husband and I did for ourselves. And we were so fortunate that we ran into just the right people in the right places that gave us good advice and probably saved our lives, to be perfectly honest, because we had no idea what we were doing, and we wanted to stay close to the shoreline. We thought we were safer there. But the one gentleman that we met, he just happened to be there. The marina was closed, but he helped pull us in and tie us off. And he said, "You guys need to get out into the shipping lane." And we were like, "Oh, really?" The shipping lane, eh? That looks like it's way far out there and probably is very deep. He says, "No, you're safer out there, because certain Indian tribes, the Indian tribes still at that time, and maybe they still do, I'm not sure, I don't know, but they could put their fishing nets in the water. Now, nobody else is allowed to do that, but these Indians could. And the problem with that is that if you did not stay in the shipping lane, then your boat's propeller could get caught in that. And the man told us that he's seen more than one accident like that, but the summer before, he said it was the most horrible thing he ever saw, because there was a family aboard a boat, and unfortunately their boat got caught in that net, and it literally was like a whirlpool. It just pulled it down, down, down. Now, I don't know what happened. I'm sure that, I know the Coast Guard was there right away and came and probably saved them, but he said stay out of, stay away from the shoreline, get out there in the deep waters, you'll be much safer. So we followed his advice, and we did. I mean, we were scared, but we did it, because he seemed to know what he was talking about, where we knew nothing. Okay, so I'm going to kind of stop here. I have adventures. They're talking about the adventures they're going to have, how they're going to enjoy each day, enjoy today. They're going to celebrate their lives, the children they're going to have. What else do I have here? I love you. They're going to tell each other I love you every single day. True love. Happiness and dream. They have lots of dreams. So I'm going to put this off a little bit maybe, so I can use some of these clouds. And I just had to use, I normally don't do a 2-page, but I just had to use these, a couple of these other hot air balloons. They're so fantastic. And I know, of course, that they don't exist in that state, but it would sure be fun. I got glue. How did I do that? It would sure be fun if they did. And this needs a little spot of glue. They came from someone's imagination. Okay. So let's see if I can get these apart. So I hope everybody's doing good. This video will go up in the morning. I also have a video 3 under 30 going up tomorrow. On Thursday, we're going to do my little golden book, Pippi Longstocking. She's just about done. I have to figure out a closure for her, if I'm going to do a closure, and I haven't decided if I am or not. So Dream, I'm tagging this. Their conversations are just going out there into the atmosphere and landing on these beautiful fluffy white clouds. I'm not going to sit here forever and try to get these apart. I told my daughter, well, both of my oldest daughter is a school librarian, a teacher librarian, and they both have amazing vocabularies. My youngest one, however, is very gifted at writing and expressing herself, either orally or in the written word. And I, along with many other people, have told her that she needs to write a book. And she has been contemplating writing a book. But I think she's put it on the back burner for now, because there's so much going on in her life and in our lives that now is not the time for her to be thinking about that. But it's definitely something that she wants to do. And I hope she does, because I know she would do a beautiful job and it would be a wonderful book. And I don't know if any of you have ever gone, oh, what do they call it when you, at resorts and on the ocean, you know, you have these, oh, what the world are they, what am I thinking of? How, and there's a boat, and they secure you in the seat of kind of a, with a parachute, and it pulls you out into the water, and then of course the parachute, you know, it goes up, and you just get kind of, oh, my words are just escaping me, Maggie. Oh, what in the world is it called? Anyway, we went on vacation one year to Mexico. I think I've talked about that trip before. And it was in Puerto Vallarta, beautiful. We had a beautiful vacation, a wonderful time. But one of the things the girls wanted to do was to take this, oh my goodness, why can't I think of what it's called? This like it wasn't a jet ski. Well, anyway, long story short, they were both small. My daughter the oldest one was maybe 10 or 11, or I'm not sure how old she was. The youngest one was 4 or 5, so the oldest one would have been 12 or 13 maybe. Not old at all. But they were both very small girls. And the little one, the smallest one, my youngest daughter, they were both very brave, you know, they wanted to do it. I was surprised the little one wanted to do it, but she did. And I think my husband may have even did it, even gone up. But they were so lightweight that when he pulled them out, he couldn't bring them down because the current, the wind kept picking them up and carrying them farther out. And boy, oh boy, was I scared. I thought, oh my gosh, how are they going to get her down? But they knew what they were doing, and they did get her down, but boy, was I scared. That was a scary experience for me. And this right here made me think about that, of course. But all was well, you know, all is well that ends well, and it did end well. They enjoyed themselves. I don't even think they were scared. I'm the one that was scared. But what I started to say about this boat experience was some of his one brother and wife were so nervous about taking, us going off in this because they knew that I like I said, I could swim, but my husband was not, he could not swim at all. And so they did not want us to go. And the girls stayed with their aunt and with their grandmother while we were gone. We were gone all together, I think, about a week. And this one brother and his wife said, they promised us that if anything happened to us, that they would take them and raise them, And we said, nothing's going to happen to us, don't worry. You guys shouldn't go, you shouldn't go. But, of course, we didn't listen to them, and we went, and everything was fine. Not that we didn't get scared a couple of times, because we did. But it all ended well. We had a good time. Oh, I'm going to turn these corners. The experiences on that boat after that trip around Michigan, because we didn't know what we were doing. We had some interesting experiences, probably some that we should not have had. Now, my husband and I didn't drink. We didn't drink then. We never did drink. And, but we still got ourselves into some trouble. Oh, come on. I got glue all over my hand. So I know this was a stretch, but it's what I came up with, and I hope it's okay. I know it's not, I don't know what I was supposed to go for, but this is what I did. And I'm pretty happy with it. I love these hot air balloons. I love this image of this beautiful sky. And I tagged these clouds with some of the things that they were talking about and thinking about while they were on their hot air balloon trip. So, that's it. I hope you like this. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up and a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. There's no obligation. It's free. So, I would so appreciate that. It would mean so much to me. It would help my channel grow, which is something I really want to happen. So I want to thank you for being with me during this. I hope you liked it. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And I am going to get off of here because I need to get myself to bed in a little bit after I clean up all my messes. Oh, I was so happy when the power came back on. That's always such a good feeling when the power's been. We lose power here quite often, more often than you would think we would, but we do. And was it last year during the winter, during the ice storm, or the cold spell that we had? We were without power for almost 2 weeks, and boy, that was miserable. We do have a small generator that actually does a lot. It's just not a whole house generator, and boy, the next house we get is going to have that, because that just can mean so much. All right, so here's my pages. And I'm going to close with not with a memory verse. I'm not going to have you start memorizing verses, but he delivereth me from my strong enemy and from them which hated me. Psalms 18:17. The days of the upright shall be forever. Psalms 37:18. So, all right, everyone. I'm going to say for me, good night, and you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, whatever it may be for you. Just do something nice for yourself and something you enjoy, and just take care of yourself. And I love you all, and bye-bye. I'll see you in the next one.